Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. Dungeons and Dragons is back for us. Welcome on in, everybody. This is the Fates campaigns, or second campaign, Season 1, Episode 36. Beneath Familiar Skies. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are ready. We're gonna hit the ground running, kind of. But welcome in. Howdy, howdy, Robo. Howdy, howdy, Moose. Howdy, howdy, Cookie. Howdy, howdy, Mallard. Howdy, howdy, Ponch. Howdy, howdy, Unreal. Unreal, thank you for the 3 years. Woo, it's a long time. Also, one of my players is late. I think he might have fallen asleep. I saw him playing Valorant earlier or something. I don't know what it was. Actually, it might have been the Gears of War E-Day beta. And now I don't see him. Tisk. Oh, it was the beta? Nah, okay. Well, thank you for confirming that. But now I don't see him. Tisk. Sounds like Moose has to jump in. Moose! We got a replacement on hand. I don't know. I texted him. He hasn't texted back, which I think means that he fucking fell asleep. Which is fucking wild to do. Only here for the TPK. Yeah, I remember that. The audacity. How could he? There we go. Give you guys the Oceanside song. Yeah, all wet and shit, hitting the ship. There we go. Players! Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Howdy.
How we all doing today?
Fantastic.
Sound fantastic.
Thanks. I'm turning this down.
Give me a second, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves. Do some vamping. I'm gonna mute while I call this fool.
Okay.
What if something's wrong with this kid, bro?
Nah, he's asleep.
Oh.
Priorities.
I think
D&D.
he's also dead. Exactly. D&D takes priority.
I've had a stomach bug all day. I've barely moved from my bed.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I hope you feel better.
Thanks. This is the first time I'm sitting up all day. I'm just gonna lean back in my chair. Okay. Surely Moose can play Cercilia and Artorias, right? He can fill?
Moose can play everyone.
Yeah.
We can all take a break.
exactly. We got Moose to play all the characters.
Alright, he didn't answer. I'm pretty sure he's asleep. But we must trail on. There's enough of you to trail on with. The only sad part is that I did actually have something planned for his character. So.
Uh-oh. I'm sure he'll wake up before the end.
I don't know.
Like death?
No. Just it was something to lay the groundwork for something in the future, kind of thing.
Death.
No, not
Yeah,
My
it's still
character
death.
was supposed to have a heart-to-heart today. What the fuck?
That
no,
is true.
not death.
No, I mean Tristan's character was supposed to have a heart-to-heart today. He talked about it.
Well, you blame him. He's asleep. Yeah, Moose can can chime in and have a heart to heart. He doesn't know what it's gonna be about, but you know.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Good thing Todd's not here.
Taco Bell virus can be very scary. I've heard that the whole lettuce debacle is incredibly scary. Just shitting your brains out. Always down to heart
The
to heart.
irony
Hell yeah.
of Taco Bell being involved is incredible.
Oh yeah, 100%.
My favorite part about being Canadian is I have no clue what the fuck you guys are talking about.
It's been a joke for decades now that if you eat Taco Bell, you eat it at your own risk of shitting your brains out. And now,
Now it's a real serious risk.
yeah,
People have died already.
Oh.
which I had when that whole thing was announced. Like it was the day after. I hadn't actually heard anything about it, but I do know the time frame was like it was the day after it was announced. I had just had Taco Bell. I brought some from my mom, and we're like, oh. A couple days later,
Oh,
well,
no.
we didn't die, so we're good. Listen here, you sir. I am here to tell you it'll all be okay. I don't care if they took the orcs down by the river. They're in a better place than anything positive thoughts. Yeah!
You know what? Tarsilia does need to think positive thoughts. You right there. Oh, my phone went off. Oh, okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and start with some opening narration. The sun has climbed high overhead. By now, the frantic energy of the morning has settled into something gentler. The deck of the Veiled Quill hums with practiced purpose. Ropes creak softly against polished wood. Canvas snaps lazily in the breeze. Somewhere below deck, Mama Brina's laughter echoes through the galley as lunch preparations continue, while Brother Orin can be heard humming yesterday's melody beneath his breath. The ship has found her rhythm, and slowly, so have you. The morning's chores are finished. Breakfast has long since become memory. The seasickness that claimed some of you has begun to fade, replaced by the steady sway that every sailor eventually learns to accept. Ahead, the Dragonmere stretches in every direction. Its waters shimmer beneath the midday sun like hammered silver. Beautiful, peaceful, endless. Mallet, thank you for the 7 stream check. Yet beneath the tranquil surface lies something impossible to ignore. Just an hour ago, every compass aboard the ship abandoned the very purpose of which it was made. No storm announced itself. No spell revealed its hand. The lake simply reminded everyone aboard that it has never cared for certainty. And then, just as quickly, it allowed certainty to return. The crew has already moved on. To them, it was another page in a story they've read many times before. To you, it was only the first. Captain Elira stands near the helm, one hand resting lightly against the weathered rail as she scans the horizon with quiet confidence. Nearby, Lysandra has already returned to her charts, her expression as unreadable as ever, while old Finn sits beneath the shade of a folded sail, expertly weaving fresh rope with weathered hands that never seem to stop moving. The voyage continues. The wind is fair, the sea is calm, and somewhere beyond the horizon, Tazir awaits. For now, however, the Dragonmere still has your attention, and perhaps a few more stories yet to tell.
It's a sunny day.
It is a sunny day, yes.
I was saying, is it a new day? Sorry.
Oh no, it's noon, same day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So noon, same day. You guys are an hour from that last interaction, the last encounter you guys had with the compasses. You guys can do whatever it is you need to do. Read a book, train maybe, talk with the crew, whatever you want to do. This is your RP time. Y'all are just sailing along the Dragonmere. Seagulls are flying above, shitting all over the place. So what y'all doing?
Yo, I like that suggestion of reading a book.
Okay, what book you gonna read?
Trying to think. I'm trying to remember the books.
Are you reading the one that I just gave you, the Treatise of Chronomagic Paradoxes?
I already read that. Remember, I read it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You read parts of it to me, fuckhead.
No, I read the whole book. I just didn't read the whole thing. I read the whole book. I just didn't tell you all of it.
You fuckhead. Well, I still have Towers of Tizir, so
Yeah, you have to read that so I can read it and finish my work.
that's nice.
She's not gonna read it, is she?
Not right now.
That's fine. We'll read it later. What is it? I'm trying to remember what the other book I had was. I think I'm gonna go for some of them. I think I'll probably. I guess if I'm on the deck now,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just find a little spot somewhere on the deck that's, just like a corner, somewhere I can just sit comfortably, like in a corner.
Sure.
And I'll start reading. What was it? A Quiet Keepers of Minor Deities of Faerun. One of the books I got from the librarian that had Morris.
Quiet Keepers and Minor Deities of Faerun, correct?
Yeah, Quiet Keepers, Minor Deity of Faerun. Deities of Faerun. That be the one. Well, look who decided to show up.
Were you asleep?
I don't want to talk about it.
You were. I fucking knew it.
You were asleep. Ugh. You didn't ruin your plans after all, Cruz.
Indeed.
I don't like how you said that.
I don't either.
Don't get punished.
He had something planned for your character, that's all we've been told.
Yep.
So, roll religion for me, Araneth, since you're reading this book.
Alright. What is my...
And Artorias, you get disadvantage on your first 5 rolls.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh,
Get
show up
spanked.
late.
That's hella rude.
Bitch, you're the one who fell asleep!
My bad.
I could just go back to bed.
24 on religion.
That.
Okay. Damn. You get about 90% of the material. So,
Yay. My religion's not that high, so I have to roll a nat 20, I think, to get a 25.
okay, so as the afternoon drifts lazily onward, you're kind of reading this book to yourself aboard the ship. At first, the book is kind of exactly what its title promises. It's dense, it's scholarly, and seems like it's written by someone who clearly believed no sentence should contain fewer than 20 words. But as you keep reading, you begin to understand what the author means by Quiet Keepers. It's not an official classification. There is no forgotten pantheon bearing that name, nor some secret order of gods hidden away from the greater powers of Faerun. It's a term the author uses for something much smaller. Gods without grand temples. Spirits remembered by a single village. Demigods whose names survive only in old family prayers. Divine beings who watch over things so specific that most people would never think to pray to them. The safe return of fishermen, the names of children who died before receiving one, travelers lost upon forgotten roads, the final embers of a dying hearth. And as you turn another page, one passage catches your attention. A god need not command the heavens to matter. Sometimes divinity survives because one frightened soul still remembers its name. As you continue to read, you get to where the book becomes considerably more interesting, because some of the entities described within these pages should not exist. Gods that, are believed to be dead. Divine servants whose masters disappeared centuries ago. Powers whose temples have crumbled, whose followers have vanished, and whose names have been almost completely erased from history. Yet scattered throughout Faerun are stories. A prayer answered here, a vision experienced there, a traveler claiming something guided them home when nothing else could. The author proposes something controversial, that perhaps divine death is not always absolute. That something stripped of its worship, its influence, even its name, might nevertheless remain. Not truly alive, not truly dead, an echo. And besides this passage written in faded ink by some previous reader are 5 words. Forgotten is not the same as gone. You turn the page. Several chapters later, you discover what the author calls keepers without names. Whatever these beings once called themselves has been lost entirely. Only their duties remain. A keeper of the last door. A being said to watch over places abandoned for the final time. She who counts the unreturned. A figure appearing in scattered coastal traditions said to remember sailors and travelers whose bodies are never recovered. The candle beneath the earth. An entity invoked in old mining communities by those trapped beneath the ground when every other prayer has gone unanswered. And then, your eyes stop upon another entry. The listener beneath still water. Very little is written about it. No identity, no known clergy, no surviving depiction. Only fragmented traditions connecting this nameless being to lakes, drowned memories, and things deliberately forgotten. The author makes no claim that the listener inhabits any particular body of water. There's nothing connecting it directly to the Dragonmere, and yet, as you finish the passage, the Veiled Quill gently rocks beneath you. You look beyond the edge of the page, past the railing, towards the vast expanse of silver water surrounding you, and for just a moment, you find yourself wondering exactly how much might be listening beneath it.
Sweet. I think as I, finish reading and start taking all that in, I'll probably just sit there, maybe close the book. Also, quick, I guess, above table question. This was related to Nemours in some way, right?
Say that again?
This was related to Nemours in some way, right?
You did
At
not
least
roll
that's
high enough
why.
to get there.
Damn. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, maybe if I get a nat 20 eventually, I'll try reading it again. Well, I'll go ahead, close the book. Be a little disappointed I didn't, you know, discover what I wanted. And then, I might go ahead and just kind of fly around, and then I will head below deck again. Back to the room I was sleeping in, or reading it originally. And I'll just chill in there for a little bit.
Okay. As you're chilling in... Where were you again? You're chilling where? My mind just kind of...
Oh, I went below deck to the room I slept in.
Oh, okay.
And was reading the night before. And this is where we die.
Nah. As you get back to your room, kind of just start chilling, putting your books down, putting your bag down, you see something fall from between the pages of the book you just read. Just a little piece of parchment. As you look down, it's just a single page. Do you pick it up?
Yes, I do.
You pick it up, and at first you assume you've damaged the book somehow, and you're like, oh fuck. But
Oh no.
this is not a torn page. There's no page number on it, and the parchment itself is different. Older than the pages surrounding it. Yellowed, thinner. Something that was placed inside the book, rather than bound as part of it. And across the top, written in faded ink, is a single name. Nemoris. Beneath it, the keeper of what must not be forgotten. The handwriting changes below the title, smaller, more hurried, as though whoever wrote this wasn't preparing something for publication. They were taking notes. There are a couple of quotes here and there. Few surviving accounts agree upon the nature of Nemoris. Some name him god, others keeper, witness, archivist, or custodian. No temple bearing his name is known to stand within Faerun, though references to him have appeared intermittently across records separated by centuries. Your eyes continue downward. Those who invoked Nemoris did not pray for fortune, harvest, victory, nor safe passage. They prayed that something would be remembered. There are several lines beneath this, that, and, had been scratched away. Not faded, but scratched. Someone deliberately dragged a blade or quill across the parchment until the words became unreadable. There's only fragments that remain. You can see knowledge entrusted, that which others sought to erase, memory preserved beyond death. Then another complete passage. Curiously, Nemoris possesses no consistent iconography. Depictions attributed to the keeper differ wildly between cultures. A hooded scholar, an elderly traveler, a faceless scribe. In one account, merely an empty chair beside an unopened book. A handwritten note has been added beside the sentence. Perhaps the face was never important. You turn the page over, more writing, only this side is considerably less academic. One paragraph, written shakily. I no longer believe Nemoris is forgotten. I believe Nemoris wishes to be found. Beneath that, something stranger. A symbol has been drawn into the parchment, not particularly elaborate, just several intersecting lines surrounding what almost resembles some sort of figure, but it's scratched out. And you stare at it for a moment. Almost looks like somebody didn't want you to see what that symbol was. But as you keep staring at it, something about it is bothering you. It's not recognition. Not quite. It's more like the uncomfortable certainty that you've seen pieces of it somewhere before. You turn the parchment back over, and at the very bottom of the page, almost hidden against the edge, someone has written one final sentence. Forgotten is not the same as gone. The same words you encountered earlier, except now you know they weren't written only once. And somewhere above you, the Veiled Quill continues peacefully toward Tazir. The water rolls against the hull, the timber creaks, and in your hands, a forgotten god has acquired a name.
Okay. So I set the book down, Araneth sees the page fall out. He immediately freaks out a little bit, because he's promised to get it back in perfect condition. So he goes, grab the page, grab the book, thinks he needs to, he grabs something out of his pack, see if he can fix it. And then he, examines it, discovers that it's distinct, not a part of the book. He obviously gets very intrigued and is writing all, reading and reading and reading. He's going to... So you said parts of it looked like they were scratched out and stuff like that, and I was able to discern some of it. Would calligrapher's supplies be able to aid me in figuring out more of what was scratched out, or is that not possible?
Could be. You would have to make a roll.
Okay. Well, if I could use those calligrapher's supplies to kind of understand more from the paper, then I think I'll head to the bed or whatever I have to set it all on. I'll grab out the supplies, and I'll start trying to see if there's anything more I can glean from what was scratched out using the supplies.
Okay. Make a performance check for me.
Performance.
Are you you're proficient with calligraphy tools?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah. Proficient with calligraphy.
Yeah, then add your proficiency modifier to that roll.
Okay, add proficiency. Got it. What is my performance? Better than negative, I guess. No way. I got a nat 20. Nat 20 for 21 plus 3, right? So 24. Hell yeah.
Was a nat 20 for a what?
24, I believe.
24.
Plus 1 plus 3. Because yeah, my proficiency is plus 3. Yeah, so 24. I'm going to quickly rejoin the call because my Discord's acting up a little bit. Okay, there we go. My Discord's better now.
Okay. As you set the page carefully upon the desk, at first glance, the damage seems absolute. Whoever scratched these words away did so very thoroughly. Ink has been torn from parchment, fibers have been stripped away, and in several places the surface itself has been gouged deeply enough that there should be nothing left to read. But you're not looking for words, you're looking at how they were written. You retrieve your calligrapher's tools and carefully angle the page towards the light, and slowly patterns begin to emerge. A curve where the beginning of a letter escaped the blade, the faint tail of a descending stroke, spacing between words, places where the original writer pressed their quill firmly enough that although the ink is gone, the parchment remembers. You begin reconstructing one letter, then another, a word, a sentence, and after several minutes you sit back. You cannot restore everything, but you don't need to. You know what was written here. The first damaged passage reads, "Knowledge entrusted to no temple, kingdom, or crown, but kept beyond the reach of those who would possess it." The second passage, "That which others sought to erase, Nemoris preserved." And finally, there's the most heavily damaged section. You spend considerably longer on this one. At first you believe the surviving word is memory, but it isn't. The spacing is wrong. You adjust the light, trace the impression again, and realize whoever tried to destroy this sentence spent more effort on it than anything else on the page. Eventually, though, you do reconstruct it. For knowledge may be forgotten, but a secret preserved beyond death may yet be spoken again. Something about that sentence bothers you. You examine it again, and that's when your training catches something you weren't actually looking for. The scratched passages weren't destroyed with random strokes. Whoever did this was selective. Other descriptions of Nemoris remain untouched. His supposed titles, his lack of temples, his association with remembrance. Even the strange accounts of his differing appearances, but these? Every damaged passage concerns the same thing. Not memory, not history, not remembrance. Knowledge deliberately hidden from others. Secrets. Someone didn't try to erase Nemoris from this page. They tried to erase what Nemoris keeps. And because of you got that natural 20, you are absolutely certain of one final thing. The person who scratched these words away understood exactly what they were removing. And that's what you get.
Okay, sweet. So Araneth, doing all that stuff.
Mhm.
He's starting to really, he's pretty proud of himself for this job.
Yeah.
He's all excited reading it. And then as he's taking it all in, thinking on it deeply, he immediately reaches into his bag, pulls out a small, unique black book. And he's going to start copying all of these into this book. And all of his, both everything he read, summaries and quotes from what he saw, and then he's going to, in the margins, he's gonna take notes and theories and all that stuff, and then he's just gonna be very vigorously just, writing out his notes, his theories, what he's been able to glean, what questions are still unanswered, etc., into these new pages of the book. And he's just going to be doing that for a little while.
All right. Who's next? This is, remember, we're now, I'll say it's like 1:30ish in the afternoon, getting close to 2 o'clock.
Tonkai is on top deck. He's gonna make his way towards like the bow. He's gonna scan the ocean, and he's does he see any, like, I don't know, like anything like on the water, like debris or like anything floating in the water?
Make a perception check.
And read my dice. What is that? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 19 plus 2, 21.
You see some debris in the distance. You quickly notice it. You're not sure what it is. It looks like it's some sort of structure. But as you keep looking with that, you said it was a 21, right?
Yeah.
As you keep looking, and you notice that the debris looks like it might have been part of a ship, and there's somebody on it.
Can I tell how far it is?
We'll say like 200 feet.
How fast is this boat moving?
You know, that's a great question. A DM should know that. How fast is this boat? That's a great fucking question.
The DM's curse. Random math questions.
Random questions. Random math questions. I know I have it written down somewhere. Oh, I think it's right here. $10 an hour?
Okay, it's pretty deep. So I'm saying I'm looking like kind of ahead, like this way. So like I see it coming up, maybe like fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna I'm glad I saw someone, because I was gonna change what I was gonna do to that piece of debris. I'm gonna look up and whistle to Biscuit, and point out that way, and have him fly out towards it.
Okay.
And as he does so, I'm gonna take over his sight.
As Biscuit is flying over, and you're just taking over his sight, not his other senses, correct?
Actually, no. I'll take over his senses, so sight and hearing.
Okay. I don't think Tonkai has ever flown before. So as you sort of take over,
Not willingly.
yeah, as you start to take over Biscuit's senses, your senses get a little overwhelmed because this is the first time you've ever kind of flown before. But it's the air in your face, the smell of the seawater, everything kind of just hitting you at once. But being up in the air feels sort of freeing in that moment. So for like a split second, you just forget about the dude hanging out on the piece of the debris, and then snap back into like, oh shit, I gotta go see what this guy's doing, or what's going on over here. As Biscuit fly over to the debris, start kind of circling, you see that this person is unconscious on top of this floating debris of ship. Their clothing is torn. Whatever ship they were on must have been in some sort of battle. You can see other pieces of debris kind of sporadically floating about, and some of it does show damage.
Okay. How big of a piece of ship is this? Like, we're talking like Titanic door, or
we're talking Titanic door. He could have fit somebody else on it, but you know.
And so like he's tattered. Do I know, is like, is there anything else? Like, is there like any weapons by him? Is there any bags, or is it just kind of tattered clothing that he has on himself?
He doesn't have anything else with him. It's just tattered clothing. You do see him barely grabbing onto something that was around his neck, and doesn't look like he's let go, but he is unconscious. So it's kind of like it's there, but if his body wasn't like in the state it's in, he probably would have let go, and it might have fallen deeper into the Dragonmere.
Okay. And he would Biscuit would get close enough to kind of notice, probably at least tell that he not like right up on him, but I could see that like he's like chest is moving. He's like not consciously, but like he's like intentionally holding on to something. Like I could tell that he's alive.
Yeah, you can tell he's alive.
Okay. I'm going to and we'll see. Biscuit is gonna get closer. And he is going to do a healing lick. That he gets to do this twice a day.
Interesting.
He is gonna go and kind of like a dog does, kind of like we'll do on his he says he's gripping something around his neck. He's gonna lick the back of his hand. And he's gonna get 10 points of healing.
Okay.
And additionally, if he happens to be charmed, frightened, or poisoned, he is cured of those.
Okay. This human male starts to kind of regain consciousness. Starts breathing again, just opens his eyes and sees Biscuit. What the fuck are you? Starts to kind of like sit up, and the debris shifts. And he's, where am I?
I just have Biscuit kind of like do it like he's do his best Lassie of like trying to nudge, or not nudge, but just kind of like look back towards the ship and let him know that there's a ship out in the distance, and it's just gonna fly back towards the ship.
He looks in the direction that Biscuit is looking in, then sees him take off, and okay. He'll kind of like wobbly stand up and kind of wave his arms up in the air, and that's when you hear the bell on the ship, ding 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 ding, and the person in the crow's nest yells out, "We have someone on debris!" Ship starts to go in that direction. The crew managed to rescue this poor sap and bring him on board. Captain Elira goes over and starts commanding people to get different things. Mama Brina brings over a warm blanket, wraps him around in it, and gives him a warm drink. If the rest of the party is seeing this, you'll hear this conversation, but Captain Elira will stand in front of this person as this human is kind of just staring into the cup. Tell me, son, what happened to you and your crew? He just stares into the cup. We saw a ship. Middle of the night. Fog came first. Wasn't supposed to be fog. Not with the wind we had. And we heard a bell. One ring, then another. And then she came through the fog. Big ship. Old. God, she looked so old. Sails were torn to ribbons. Half the hull looked rotten. But she moved. No wind, no oars, no wake, just came towards us. Our Captain Veiled, called out. No answer. Called again, still nothing, and then we saw them. People. Standing along the railing. Dozens of them. Nobody moving. Nobody talking, just watching us. Then their captain stepped forward. I couldn't see his face. He lifted his hand and pointed at us. And every lantern aboard my ship, the wayward star went out. Then, that's when they fired. He takes a drink. We hit them. I know we hit them. Watched the shot go straight through their hull. Didn't leave a fucking hole. But when that ship fired, shattered timber, killed some of my crew, destroyed the mast, and eventually the wayward star sank. Well, started sinking. Those ghost sailors boarded. Takes another drink. I was thrown overboard. As the ship was sinking, I hid behind debris and watched from afar at what those ghostly sailors did. They weren't killing everyone. They were dragging some of the sailors back aboard their ship alive, my captain included. Then the ghost ship sailed back into the fog, and I saw its name, the Morning Tide. I guess I drifted through the night. I just gripped this, and he'll show a locket. This was my wife's. She gave it to me. He opens it. There's a picture of her and our child. Closes it. There may still be survivors aboard the ship. I need to rescue the captain. Captain, please. Help me. You hear one of the crew members yell out, "Ghost ship, fuck that!"
As he's telling that story, can I insight check him?
Sure.
As he's inside checking, I think with all the commotion that would have happening, Cecilia would have come out.
Okay.
I also think, in the middle of that, by the time he starts the story, probably Araneth, being interrupted from his notes,
Sure.
probably would have made it up top. Probably somewhere, just... And then as he's starting talking about, ghost ships and all that stuff, he's just kind of intently listening and keeping an ear out.
Dirty 20 for insight.
He is incredibly terrified right now, and he's being sincere. Whatever happened to his ship is exactly how he believes it happened through his story. But
Okay.
as you're doing that insight, and everybody else is kind of mid story, kind of coming up and listening, you see old Finn crouched next to him. How long ago did you say this happened? Last night. You see Finn go pale. That's impossible. The morning tide sank 87 years ago. That ship should be at the bottom of the mere. Something must have woke it up. He's gonna look at Captain Elira. I think we need to prepare for the worst this evening. No one sleeps tonight. As she looks at Finn, who normally is very jovial, and sees him being very deadpan and serious. I understand, Finn. Alright, crew, you heard him. No one sleeps tonight. We keep our head on a swivel. We prepare for the worst. Just gonna look over at y'all. If you've got
When they
some...
look over, I just
Go ahead.
mage armor.
Mage armor? Okay. Whatever happens, I need you all to be prepared. This doesn't seem like a one-time thing. And, well, I didn't want to believe it, but I have heard stories of a ghost ship crossing the Dragonmere, taking out ships here and there. We need to prepare. Brother Orin? Yeah? I need you to bless the ammunition. Yes, Captain. If this truly is a ghost ship...
Alright, now you finish.
If this truly is a ghost ship, hopefully the blessings of a cleric will help. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, he said the name of the boat, right?
The Morning
Tide
Tide.
or whatever.
Yep.
Since I read that book with names of ships, and I found the Veiled Quill on here, would I recognize that name? He said it was an old book. I don't remember how old.
Make a history check.
How far? Okay. History. Where's my D20? What's my history? It's a 14. Nothing crazy.
Okay. You vaguely remember the name of the ship. Do you remember some instances where this used to be... where are my notes for the ship? One sec. That there were rumors that this ship was a pirate ship, but no one had actually survived to tell any of the tales from any of the encounters that this supposed pirate ship had throughout the years that it was active. You don't remember reading anything else about the Morning Tide.
Okay. Well, I'll just kind of, as Finn's saying this, the captain's talking to us, I'll just kind of direct my attention to Finn and be like, I believe I recognize that name in some of my readings. It was rumored to be a pirate ship, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just, talking to Finn and be like, hey, you seem to recognize this. I recognize the name from some of my readings, preparing, around the Dragonmere. But I don't know. All I remember is something about it being rumored to be a pirate ship.
You see old Finn looking at you. Aye, it was a pirate ship. It was active for, probably 200 years before it finally sank. I was a part of its crew, when I was younger. But I left before that fateful evening. Kinda got tired of taking from folk that, well, were just trying to make a living. I remember the captain very well. You see him kind of like stare at you as he says that, then he kind of like looks off to the side, and he's old. He kind of drifted off.
Valid. I'll just look at him like, because, you know, Araneth, he's an archivist. He loves fucking hearing about history and stories. So he's just interested. He wants to keep talking. He's, say, what was this captain like?
Right? Oh, whew. Well, believe it or not, Captain was a woman. Sort of kind of like our fair Captain Elira here, but boy, was she a knockout. Captain Elira slaps him across the head. Ow! I'm just saying the truth. But she was very, well, dangerous. She had desires and aspirations of being rich, but her idea of being rich grew every year, as did her desires. It got to the point where if a crew ever back-talked her, she'd shoot him right on the spot. So I left. Don't matter how hot she was crazy. Have you ever heard of the hot and crazy scale? Another crew member slaps him upside the head. Ah, what?
Araneth reaches in the back. Actually, I think I have one right here.
See, he knows.
Seem to have a lot of great stories, old man.
I've been alive for centuries. Just 'cause I look this young and this good doesn't mean I'm not wise and old. Been around for, whew, since before any of you were born, and that means the elves too.
Honestly, actually, I was gonna say something about Araneth's age, but to be honest, I don't. Time is so weird in the Feywild. I'm like, I actually don't know how old he is, to be honest.
I don't remember. I don't
was gonna
remember
try
how
and-
fairy age works.
I don't.
Wait,
I just
how
know it's
old is
fucking
this
weird.
old man? What race is this old man?
You don't know.
I can't look and try to discern.
How dare you? That's profiling.
Can I tell he's not human?
He looks human, but looks can be deceiving.
Damn. Araneth's very interested in this old man now.
Luckily for you, he's single.
Yeah, damn
Hell
right
yeah.
I am.
I just sit down with him and we start. I pull out the hot crazy scale and we just start. We
Hope
start.
you don't mind loose skin. I mean,
I have a solution for that, and I just press the digitation. Just-
I feel like when I was 200 now. Woohoo!
I don't want to be a part of this anymore.
I do. This is great. I guess I'll just be there talking to it's old Finn. Just whatever the hell, just grabbing a book like, tell me more. Actually, I have a good question for old Finn. What are some of the most common dangers of here on the Dragonmere, Finn?
Too many to name, apparently.
Say that again.
Oh, I'm asking old Finn what are many of the common dangers out here on the Dragonmere?
Whew, well, you got apparently ghost ships, you got pirates, you got sharks, you got man-eater whales, you got sirens, you got, well, if you believe it in it or not, you got Poseidon himself, you got, you know, there used to be a couple years back, I think it left because it got too big, there used to be a dragon turtle here. I've never seen a dragon turtle that big before.
Magnificent creatures.
Yeah, almost as magnificent as my old captain. So no offense, Elira, but Captain Seraphine was, well, whew.
And then he's gonna take a note. He's gonna listen to all the dangers he's saying. He's just taking mental notes for what spells to prepare.
Old Finn kind of
potentially in the
starts
future.
trailing off on the captain's old looks, not Elira's, but the one from the Morning Tide. She's kind of like, yeah, she's gorgeous. Long, thick raven hair. Oh, beautiful. Sun-kissed olive skin. Very sharp cheekbones. Dark brown eyes. Almost kind of golden in the sunlight. Oh, man, the way she dressed. Long burgundy captain's coat. Some gold threaded into it. Black boots. She could step on me anytime. Crew member's about to slap him, but kind of very intrigued by his description.
And then, but Aaron is just very interested in this whole concept of a ghost ship. He's like, is it really a ghost ship? Is it actual undead? Is it something else? He's just trying to theorize what exactly they could be meaning. He'll as like old Finn's just going on about her, he'll be like, sounds like she's the kind of woman who maybe made some deals with forces she may or may not have understood. That could explain why this whole ghost ship thing's occurring.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Seraphine was she was a hell of a woman. I knew her better than most, and it broke my heart seeing her dive straight headfirst into darkness like that. That's why I left. See him trail off again.
I don't know why, for some reason, when you said that, like, remind me of that Guardians of the Galaxy the line. Broke my heart to put that tumor in her head.
Oh God!
I thought that's what, for some reason, that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, oh, that's going to be dark now.
Anyways, that's enough about the past. Everybody buckle up, cause it's gonna get nasty if that ghost ship comes around here.
You know, I was starting to think these normal material plane seas were a little boring compared to where I'm from, but they're starting to liven up a little bit. Now that I know there are sirens afoot, I may keep a certain spell or not.
Old Finn gets up. See him kind of crack his back. Oh, I think I stretched that too far. And he wobbles under deck.
Nice.
Something sent Brother Hallwin, right?
Yeah, he's blessing the ammunition right now.
Is he still on deck?
No, he's below deck blessing the ammunition.
Okay. I'm gonna go see if I can help him.
Sure.
Honestly, I'll probably follow because I'm curious. Araneth's curious about
No,
the whole
I
process.
left when you were talking to the old man.
Lol.
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, I'll eventually notice Arcelia's gone and be like, oh, where the fuck's Arcelia? I'm just
So,
gonna
Celia, as you're walking away, just listening to Araneth talk to Old Finn, and Old Finn just going on about his prior captain, you just hear, yeah, and she kept her shirt open too. Could see her breasts everywhere. Last thing you hear. As you get down below decks, Cecilia, you see Brother Orin casting different things on not just the ammunition, but the cannons themselves. Seeing him imbue the runes that were already carved. Seems like he's just probably recharging those runes.
Do you need help with anything? I say as I come down.
Oh, not unless you believe in the same God as I do.
It'll matter, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, no.
I would, if you do believe in a God, because everybody on this ship does, just pray to them for protection. I have the ammunition. And as he says that, you see him place his hand on one of the runes, and it sparkles a little bit as it recharges.
Can I ask how you do that?
Very carefully. But I carved these runes into these cannons years ago when I first joined. They were seen as sort of a protection rune, but I've since modified them to bless not just the cannon, but the ammunition to ensure that if we ever do run into something that normal means can't destroy, that it'll help us in some way. And well, since ghosts are a form of undead, I'm hoping blessing these again will help us in our endeavors to survive.
As he's kind of like, I would assume, like, as he's kind of going on talking about, like, you know, praying to the gods and describing this area, it's kind of coming, like, makes it down there. And he's just intently curious.
Say that again?
Oh, I just, as he's, like, going on about all this, talking about, you know, praying to gods for protection and all that stuff, and describing the runes, Araneth, like, in the middle of it comes down and was just curiously impatiently listening.
Oh.
You know, curious about what's going on.
Brother Orin finishes the cannon, goes over to the ammunition next to it. You see him blessing the rounds, and each round has its own rune carved into it. Hopefully, this is just a precaution, and we don't need to use it. I don't like violence, but if the situation ever called for it, then I'd rather be prepared than not do anything at all.
Very reasonable.
He turns around. Ah, Fairy, I didn't see you there.
Just enjoying. I love documenting and learning of such things.
Of course. Be careful there, scholar. Your magic is very different from my magic.
What do you mean it's different?
Well, my magic is through my god. His magic is learned. It's different.
Fine and arcane doesn't always mesh perfectly.
He knows how different spells work. He knows what components can make them up, or what different runes and spell work can comprise a single spell. I just know that I can do it. I don't know how it works. I just know that my God has imbued me with these powers. It's different.
How do you know you can just cast them? Is it like something that just goes off in your head, or?
Yes. I just think, I want to heal this person, and I go through a list in my head, as it were. My God has given me insight into some of the spells that I can cast through them. Names of spells, or sometimes just feelings. If I want to heal somebody, but I'm not close enough, I whisper the word heal. And they're healed. Above table is talking about healing word. If I am close, I just simply have to place my hand on their shoulder and pray to my God Ilmater, and they're healed. Cure wounds. I have come to the point, however, where if multiple people should be injured, and I'm not close by, I can pray, heal them, Ilmater. Mass healing word.
Very useful.
Indeed. There are other spells that I know that are for not just my protection, but for the protection of others, should I need to use them for offensive reasons. I haven't needed to
I always
use
enjoyed
them.
works. I always enjoyed works on Ilmater.
He is a gracious God. I wish more people saw him the way I do.
How do you see him?
I see him as one who has sacrificed so much, carrying us upon his shoulders, those his followers, and sometimes even those who do not follow him. He wishes just to help, even if it pains him. And I follow that same belief. Even if I am in pain, I wish to do everything in my power to help others. Even if it pains me.
I don't know. With the 7th Archive, I've had plenty of material on Ilmater and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a really silly question? Brother,
Of course.
so when you go to heal somebody, does your healing appear stronger than what you think sometimes?
He ponders for a moment. Over the years, as my connection with Ilmater has grown stronger, and my understanding of his teachings has made me wiser, my use of his power has grown considerably stronger, yes. And he looks directly into your eyes as... But I believe you're referring to something different. Is that correct? Seems like my situation and your situation might be different.
Araneth will just quickly chime in. You have no idea.
I'm gonna hit him. I'm like, fuck off!
He's just cheekily fluttering around.
Yes, have healing. I went to heal one of my friend's headaches, and I healed her soul instead.
I see.
Have you heard anything like that?
You see him think. I don't think that I have ever encountered a cleric, or a being, a mortal being, I should say, that has the ability to do that. What god do you pray to?
Salome.
She is a gracious goddess. I would seek enlightenment from her. I do not have the answers for you. I apologize. This is something that I've not encountered. But, as I've stated, this is also something that I don't think any mortal has the capability of doing.
I see. Could you teach me more about the runes? And I will let him get back to his thing.
Of course. And he'll go into detail for you. I'm not going to go into detail for you. But he'll go into detail for Celia. But how it all works.
Cool.
Cawpy or Torres, what y'all doing?
I'm going to climb up the crow's nest.
Okay.
And once I get up there, I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out a little cloth that's been stained with ink. I'm gonna tie it to the top of the crow's nest. And as it unravels, it's gonna reveal a skull and crossbones, and I'm gonna pull out my spyglass and pull my my eye patch down, my makeshift eye patch, and I'll hop up on the side of the crow's nest and look out to sea. And just scan.
He's looking for the one
Be
piece.
up there a watch.
As you unfurl it, as it unravels and reveals the Jolly Roger, and you kind of look about, make a perception check for me.
The Jolly Roger, by the way, is going to be a raven skull. First. I got a nat 1 for a 5.
You have the spyglass backwards.
It's so far away.
Everything looks so
How do you
fucking
see
far
anything?
away. Yeah.
I was gonna say he has the eyeglass on his eye patch.
Both.
Everything looks so
Everything.
fucking far away. But as you're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, you hear yelling from below. Hey, you can't fucking fly that. We're not pirates. Take that down.
And he'll kind of pull his face away from the eyeglass and look down, and he'll just give him the finger from above.
Oh, you little shit! Get over here!
Throws a rock.
You see old Finn start doing some like stretching moves. I might not be as young as I once was, but I'm gonna come up there and whoop your ass. After he finishes stretching, he starts jumping like that scene from Super Broly of Goku.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Then you see
The
him.
transition.
Oh yeah. Then you see him climb the mast all the way up with just the greatest of finesse until he's up there with you. I told you to take this shit down.
As he like mantles the crow's nest, Cawpy's gonna panic like "Bah!" And then are there any ropes that I can grab onto and
Oh yeah.
or anything I can swing away with?
Yeah.
He's gonna take one and he's just gonna swing. He doesn't know where it's going. He just grabs it and jumps.
Sure.
Cawpy's falling 60 feet to his
No,
death.
you idiot! It's not that rope! And you swing on the rope. And you're like, I got away. But then you see it swing out from the ship. Do you let go or do you keep holding on?
Oh god. Do I see when I swing and I get to like the apex of the swing, what do I see myself returning to?
As you get to the apex of the swing, below you is nothing but water. As you're starting to slowly, in this time slowed down kind of scenario of going back, you see old Finn staring at you, yelling at you to be careful, you shouldn't be up here kind of stuff.
How long is the rope beneath me?
Not that long.
Shit. Is there anything I can grab onto beneath the arc of the rope? Like the sails or
You would
anything
need
else?
to, if you want to attempt that, you would need to make an acrobatics check.
I'm sure Cawpy's good at those, right?
Yeah, I'm good at those. But what is there for me to grab onto? Is it like the crossbeam of the mast, or?
Yeah, it would be the crossbeam of the mast.
Okay, I'm going for that.
All right, roll acrobatics.
I got a 2 for a 10. But wait. So actually, I forgot about this. But we'll leave the last roll. I actually have the reliable talent, so it automatically becomes a 10. I don't know how that works with nat 1s, but this is now a 10 for an 18. Thank God.
Thanks, man.
You swing out as old Finn is yelling at you, and jump to the crossbeam, almost slipping, but you grab on tight. You pull yourself up. Looking very proud of yourself. You made it to the crossbeam.
I'm gonna look up at him, and I'm gonna go running across the crossbeam, and I'm gonna try to get back to like the ladder down from the crow's nest.
As you do, you see him tear down the cloth you put up. And he's just kind of cursing under his breath.
When I get down below, I'm gonna go just arms spread out completely like wings. I'm just gonna go running away, and maybe I'll run below deck to where Celia is.
So I'm learning about these ruins, and then a Cawpy just comes running in, and are you hiding, like climbing up me, like hiding on me, or what's happening?
when you see me like kind of burst into the room, I kind of like slow down to like a slow stride, and then like walking with my hands in my pocket, like nothing's going on, and I'll start paying attention to like the runes that are being, or that were carved and are being blessed, and just kind of be casual, be cool.
Would you say that below deck while we're here, would you would you say we'd be able to hear some of what went on above us?
Oh yeah, Old Finn is loud as fuck.
So we hear all this commotion, all of a sudden, no explanation, Cawpy comes sprinting down the stairs and just slowly joins us in our little presentation. We're supposed to pretend like nothing happened. I love it.
And do I notice the runes that are carved on the stuff?
No.
Yeah.
Cawpy, they probably just look like random scratches.
Indeed.
Then
Would
I
would
will
Araneth?
just
Oh, no.
hang out there.
Sure.
Okay. Would Araneth, as this whole time while I've been down here and he's been going over this, would Araneth, you know, recognize any of the runes or just any lore about them? Because I know they're, you know, related to his powers with Ilmater, but maybe discern more of their purpose. Because I'm just curious.
Make a either religion or arcana check.
Okay, I'll go with Arcana. $25.
The runes are a blessing. Each one is its own blessing of strength, resilience, different words like that for different meanings. The ones on the ammunition basically read as... so what I'm looking for. Yeah, resilience.
Okay. Would I be able to discern that these are, like, very meticulously and well done?
Yeah.
Like, he clearly knows what he's doing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll look, you know, as he's giving the speech and all that stuff, and I'm examining it. I'm just looking at him, be like, these runes are very meticulously done. You definitely take pride in your work and knowledge and devotion to the mother.
Yes, it has taken me a considerable amount of time to extrapolate from Ilmater's teachings. And just as he says that, Olfin is running down. Alright, you son of a bitch, where are you? Comes down, he sees you guys, Cawpy hiding a little bit. Alright, that little bird y'all take care of, he was trying to hang this up. We don't hang colors or a flag like this. We don't want to be associated with pirates. Is that understood?
Up to trouble again, Cawpy. I see.
Cawpy just kind of like give a shrug and kind of nod his head like it wasn't me.
Cawpy.
Of course.
He's gonna like just look down.
And you're just gonna hear, fuck!
Fuck! He'll just kind of give out a big sigh and then walk over and like try to swipe the Jolly Roger from his hands, shove it into his bag.
I think he's just excited to be on the ship for the first time.
As you try to grab the flag, Cawpy, Old Finn doesn't hang on it too longer than he wants to. He just holds it and stares at you. I know what these colors represent. I lived through this. This isn't some, like, fantasy that you can live out. This were dangerous and troubled times. He lets go as you're kind of, like, pulling with force and step back a little bit. Remember that. This isn't a game. You wave that flag, you're calling for trouble.
He'll just like look down like just a kid being scolded and kind of like nod his head, but still looking down.
Old Finn doesn't say anything, he just walks away. A lot of history there with that flag. Or a variation of it.
Seems old man Finn has plenty of history.
Brother Orin is just gonna sigh. I apologize. He has been a mystery to most of us. I think the only person here who might know him the best would be Mama Brino or even the Captain.
But who doesn't love a bit of mystery?
Well, I like things to be certain, but that's just me.
That's why I love books.
See him finish the last cannon. Well, that about does it. I'm gonna go back to my duties. You all have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, brother.
He walks away.
I'll just look over at Sarsilia. Don't worry, Sarsilia. You'll get your answers eventually.
I'm gonna go back to my room.
Sure.
Speaking of answers, I will probably head back down to my room as well, because I would like to read again.
Sure. Artorias, what you doing?
Artorias has no knowledge of anything that just transpired. He's just been chilling in his room.
As I walk by his room to get to mine, I'll notice I haven't seen Artorias. I'll just assume he's in there and knock, like, you're missing all the fun, Artorias. And then I'll just head to my room.
Who wants to roll a D100?
Did we not use chilies from last time?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, that's scary. I thought the ship was the roll.
What was...
Definitely not scary.
fuck is that? Hold on.
Do you need the number?
No, I know I have the number. I'm looking at my ambient sound. I think it's this.
No, that's not good.
There we go. I don't know which one I like better. Early evening settles over the Dragonmere. The brilliant silver of the afternoon has begun to soften beneath the sky, slowly surrendering itself to shades of amber and gold. The air is cooler now. The wind remains steady, and the Veiled Quill cuts smoothly through the water beneath full sails. After everything that's happened today, the strange behavior of the compasses, the discovery of Darren, which I actually forgot to tell you guys that was the dude's name, among the wreckage, and the story of the morning tide, there's something almost comforting about the simplicity of the moment, for once. The Dragonmere seems content to simply be a lake. Somewhere above, a seabird calls, ropes creak, water breaks gently against the hull. Then Captain Elira looks west. Her expression changes. Not fear, but recognition. Lysandra! Response is immediate. The navigator looks up from her charts. Elira doesn't need to say anything else. Lysandra follows her gaze, and slowly so do the rest of you. Far across the Dragonmere, beneath the dying light of the evening sun, a wall of darkness has appeared. Clouds, black and heavy, stretching across the horizon. For a moment, they almost seem motionless. Then lightning flickers somewhere inside them. Several seconds later, thunder rolls across the Dragonmere. Old Finn stops weaving his rope, looks towards the approaching clouds. Huh. That's gonna be unpleasant. Captain Elira's voice cuts through the deck. All hands! Whatever peace existed aboard the Veiled Quill disappears instantly. Sailors move, ropes are grabbed, hatches are thrown open. Crew members race across the deck with the precision of people who have done this 100 times before. Elira stops behind the helm. Reef the mansail! Another flash, this one closer. The wind changes, not gradually. One moment it pushes comfortably against your backs, and the next it slams against the side of the Veiled Quill. The entire ship lists. Wood groans beneath your feet. Someone shouts. Loose rope whips violently across the deck. The sails snap overhead like thunder. Then you feel it. One drop. Cold against your skin. Then another. And another, and within seconds the sky opens. Rain crashes against the deck. The gentle waters surrounding you erupt into thousands upon thousands of tiny impacts. Visibility begins disappearing behind sheets of rain. The amber evening sky is swallowed by darkness. Captain Elira grips the helm. Lysandra, heading! Southwest by west. Can't see southwest by west. I'm aware! Another flash of lightning turns the Dragonmere white. And for a fraction of a second, you can see everything. Towering, oh, I can't fucking, the W's getting to me. Towering waves beginning to form. Sailors fighting against ropes. Old Finn calmly securing a line as though this is mildly inconvenient. And then, darkness. Thunder crashes overhead. The Veiled Quill climbs the first great swell. Higher, 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 until suddenly the deck seems to disappear beneath your feet. The ship crashes down the opposite side. Water explodes across the bow. Captain Elira looks across her struggling crew, then toward all of you. You lot! If you're staying aboard my ship, then you're crew tonight! Lightning tears across the sky. The Dragonmere roars around you. And the storm has arrived. Alright. Y'all are going to be making some skill checks.
I'm good at these. I have reliable talent.
I'm sure the tiny fairy will do great in this.
So Celia's gonna end up overboard, isn't she?
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be so
Assuming
great.
that means everybody came up.
Yes. So, what are you doing to help the ship survive?
I'm trying to think. I mean, what could a wizard do to help the ship survive? Try to think of a arcane, anything a little fairy could do to help.
There's a multitude of things you can do. You can tie down rigging that has snapped. You can tie down loose cargo. It may be the lower decks are taking in water. You can start trying to patch holes. Any number of things. Just ask, and you'll do a check.
Well, I would assume if there are ropes loose and they're flying about in the sky, someone that can fly might be pretty handy, but I feel like I'm not going to be strong enough to pull them down.
So Celia will also go to grab ropes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll try to go above
Or-
deck and see if there's anything I can catch.
Artorias will do anything that involves his strength.
Okay. Cecilia.
Oh, actually, that's a good thing I can do.
Wait.
Artorias or Sarcilia, could I cast Enlarge on them, maybe? To
Yeah.
help them with their strength checks or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest the tag team. I can use retrieve to pull things towards me, but I have no strength, so I was gonna see if I could like pull strings so people could tie them down without risking somebody going overboard.
Sure. I'll allow that.
Okay.
So
I think I would like to do the Enlarge strategy, potentially.
So, what I'm possibly potentially hearing, and this might just be the DM mashing everything together, is that Cecilia will use Retrieve. Araneth can probably use Enlarge on Artorias, and Artorias will use his Strength to tie down those ropes that are being retrieved. Is that about the size of it?
Yeah, that would
Yes.
work for me.
Then, what I need from... let me see, how is this going to work?
I mean, I could technically enlarge both Sarcilia and Artorias, but that's depending on if both of you want to be enlarged.
So, Araneth is going to cast Enlarge on Artorias. Sarcilia is going to cast Retrieve on the ropes. Then Artorias is going to use his strength to bring the ropes and tie them down.
Yes. And if any of this would require strength checks for either of you, I can technically enlarge both of you to give you advantage on all strength checks. I think, if I'm reading the spell correctly.
Retrieve is just a cast.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I can definitely help Artorias as well.
I think
can
with
focus on
everything you
Artorias
guys are doing, I think Artorias would be able to get a advantage on the strength rolls because you're all helping.
then. Okay.
And yeah, because you both are just casting, so that doesn't there aren't necessarily rolls for either of them. It's just everything is now focused on Artorias.
Okay. Well then, I will go
Have
ahead.
advantage.
Yeah, I'll cast Enlarge on Artorias, so he is now one size larger. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then it also says, yeah, he has advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws
Yeah.
as well. So,
I don't think Artorias is going to need it, but just because I do want to reward you guys for being working together. So it's not just going to be advantage. I'm also going to apply a +5 to the roll.
hell yeah.
So Artorias, don't fuck up.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead and roll athletics for me.
So the paladin with
Oh shit!
20
athletic.
strength.
Okay. Well, that is
The
strength.
paladin with 20 strength.
With advantage.
Yeah,
With
it's with
advantage.
Then add
advantage.
another 5
And
to
add a
it.
5 to it.
So that would have been a 24 on the first one,
Sure.
Mm-hmm. At a 26.
and the 26 on the other one.
right. Okay. So you guys are helping each other. You three are helping each other tie down ropes as best as you can. For shits and giggles, go ahead and do another section for me, Artorias. So another athletics with advantage and +5. And let me know what the number is.
The first one was 20. The second one was 18.
Okay, yeah, with the 20, easily able to tie down those that next section of ropes. Cawpy and Tonkai, what are you two doing?
While they're figuring that out, I actually had a quick question.
Sure.
I have the Fairy Fire spell, and it says every object within range in a 20-foot cube can be covered in light. Would the captain said she was having trouble seeing. If I were able to do that, like on somewhere on the mast or anywhere, would that help her in any way? I'm just trying to think outside the box.
I like
'Cause it says it-
I like where you're thinking. I will say that light like that in this particular station would not help, because the light would be
Okay.
centered here on the ship as opposed to kind of trying to be like shown out into the distance.
Okay. Or is it, I could either do that, or I could do it like on the tip of the like on the tip of the bow, right here at the front. I could either do that
Yeah,
if
I
that
have
might
a
help, but it would
question.
also only be like 10-foot radius.
Yes,
So I don't know if it
yeah,
really
I like where your head's at. I just in this particular situation with how wild the storm is, I don't think it would help.
Okay, that's fair.
What is your question,
idea to throw out
Cecilia?
there.
So, I have light. If we cast light on something, because that's a 20-foot radius now, and we just like threw multiple items, would that help? To like see forward? Would that help?
It would be the same principle. Because you have to think about how. Think of if for those who drive, if there's a really bad rainstorm, and you're trying to like see in the distance,
You got the brights on.
yeah.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that shit fucking sucks.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so
and also, I think you can only cast light on one item at a time, right? That
I
spell, I think. I don't
think
remember.
so.
Yeah, because of concentration, I think.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, if I
Okay.
drop concentration, though. Anyways, whatever. It was just a question.
No, I know.
I'm happy my retrieve is working. I will, if things are like flying overboard, I will just retrieve them as long as they're less than 10 pounds.
Okay.
And I was gonna
As
say, I
well,
could
just
cast
to keep it
Mage
up.
Hand to also help.
Copy's
but
less than 10
don't
pounds,
really
I
think
think.
my Mage Hand will.
Yeah, Cawpy is I think probably less than 10 pounds.
Retrieve a
definitely
copy.
Retrieve Cawpy. He flies off the side.
No, that would have to be mage hand. Mine has to be an object.
all right, work with me. The storm,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like angry.
Uh-huh.
Feels like vengeful.
Oh yeah.
Much like a human. So if I cast it calm emotions,
Calm emotions on the storm.
You know,
That's funny.
so Tonkai, you want to cast calm emotions on this storm.
you know what? Hawkeye's figuring it out, so why not? We'll try. He's just like trying to like he's like feeling his energy and like he's kind of going through and figuring out like his spells. And he's like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Just sends energy into the darkness.
I mean, technically, so I'm trying to cast it on the storm, but
Yeah.
technically, what the actual spell would do is a 20-foot sphere would just calm the emotions of everybody. So like instead of everybody freaking the fuck out, I'm giving them a chance to like put it on their task
Yeah.
and like not panic.
Sure.
That's fair.
I like that. So you try your best to be like, fuck, I need to calm the storm down. I'm just gonna try it. You don't calm the storm down, but you do stop everybody around you from panicking. You start to see the fear disappearing from some of them. Their hands stop trembling. Panic starts to give way to their training. The storm continues to rage around them, but they are more. They are less afraid of it now than they were before. And because of that, whatever else you, Tonkai, decide to do, as far as like helping around the ship, it's going to be an automatic success. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give that to you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm still
Well,
concentrating.
That was worth the second level.
My enlarge only lasts a minute, so I'm going to assume in that time frame he was able to get most or whatever he needed to do done. And he'll just eventually, I'll stay there until it ends, I guess. Artorias, I mean. And then when enlarge ends, I'll stay there. And if there's more to do, I can cast it again, or I can just try to figure out something else I can help with.
Sure. You start to see someone falling overboard.
Mm-hmm.
In that split-second moment, you see this sailor start to kind of tumble over and go, ah! What do you do? What goes through your mind?
I'm thinking I could potentially... I'm trying to look through my spell list, because I might be able to have a spell to help, but I don't know.
Is Araneth the only person that sees this?
Make a perception check at disadvantage because of how wild the storm is right now.
Okay. Perception. 17.
Yes, you also see them.
How far away are they?
Araneth, you are about 10-ish feet from them. We'll say 10 feet. Sarcelia, you are about 25 feet.
I'm thinking what I could try doing is, because I'm assuming by now a minute's passed, so Artorias no longer is enlarged. I could try again. I could cast enlarge on myself, and either cast enlarge on myself to help give me advantage on the check to save him, fly behind him and try to like catch him, or I could cast reduce on him. And maybe that would, it would make him short enough to where he wouldn't fall over the railing. that's
yeah, if they're going overboard, I'm running after them, jumping down, then casting Dimension Doors. We're back on the ship.
Sure.
That could also work.
So, you see Araneth. It's like this split-second moment of Araneth. You see them, sailor about to go overboard. It's in slow motion, and you look like you're deep in thought. I could do this. I can do that. I can do this. Sarcelia turns, sees, runs, essentially tackles whoever this fucking sailor is, and dimension doors them back onto the ship.
And I'm just sitting there stunned, like, you know what? That works, I guess. Good job. Probably could have been done easier, but you know what? That works.
You weren't doing anything!
I was just about to.
Do it faster next time!
Alright, whatever. Just focus on the damn storm.
Whoever the sailor is, I'm making sure they're okay.
Thanks, honey!
The creepy old man.
I did it for the comedy. I
was literally just about to say, if he's about to go over a railing, I'm just gonna cast reduce on him, so he's not tall enough that he just hits on it and he doesn't fall over. Okay.
Do that next time.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be more careful. I'm gonna go back to making sure nothing else is falling off overboard.
Sure, yeah, all right. Old Finn gets up.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Biscuit jump down and like go to like Tonkai's side. And he's gonna like put his paws like kind of like like he's gonna not hop but like he's gonna like get on his hind legs and put his paws on like the railing and like he's just gonna look out in the distance. Like animals be like reacting to like the weather and like
Yeah.
they kind of like sense things like weather. So he's just gonna like just stare out and like into the storm and he's just gonna like stare intently and like take a deep breath. And he's just gonna make like a perception check to see if maybe if there's anything else coming, if this is just a bad weather or anything along those lines. Whenever he uses his hearing or smell, perception checks, he has advantage on them. And I am plus 24 for
Sure.
perception.
It's an auto success. From what you did before.
Oh yeah.
Yep. As you were kind of tuning in to your sense of hearing and sense of smell, you feel like the storm is about to be over with, that it's about to clear. And as you get that sense, suddenly overhead, you see parts of the sunsetting sun, however you want to phrase that, peeking through, the amber light peeking through, giving way to the moon that is now rising. Clouds start to dissipate, the rain stops. And now you're in calm waters again.
Let's go.
Captain Elira looks around, making sure her crew is safe. Looks at your party. Well, I suppose you're sailors now. Congrats. And thank you for your help.
Anytime.
Um,
I'm just gonna look over at Artorias. I'm just gonna give him a high five for our teamwork.
Because
I'm
that
assuming he's
happened,
tiny, so I'm just gonna like put out like a couple of fingers to high five him with.
Exactly. Perfect.
because it cleared up right as Biscuit like kind of jumped out and like did his thing.
Mhm.
Guy's just like he's been concentrating on like trying to keep the storm calm, and then he sees Biscuit jump down, and then everything actually calmed down. He's gonna look down. Are you a weather god? Just gonna like, huh? And he's just gonna start like scratching Biscuit by the hand. Good dog. Good dog.
It is now, we'll say, it is now getting into the late evening. The crew is feeling tired, restless. Captain Elira is going to look at everybody and say, I don't think we're going to have any sort of meeting with this morning tide tonight, so everybody get some rest. And her crew just, they all like, oh my god, as they all start to kind of go down and head to bed, as a few who weren't up for the morning shift wake up and start to kind of get ready for the night shift. But it's only a few. Sort of like a skeleton crew, but not literal skeleton.
I could change that. What's the name of the lady, the nice cook lady, the older lady?
Oh,
What's
Mama
her name
Brina.
again? Mama Brina. Where is she? Is she like on the deck, or
No, she's below
anybody
deck
see
in
her
the
going
kitchen.
down? Okay, I'm probably gonna head down, to the kitchen wherever she is. I'm gonna go check on her, see if she's got any grub.
Oh, hello, dearie. Are you looking for some food?
Yep, had to make sure you're all doing all right.
Oh, I have plenty of food here for you. Here, and she hands you a bowl. Fits perfectly in your hand. Has the food. It's enough food for you to last you the entire night.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
And I'm just gonna sit there, eat my food, just be near her for a little bit, and then, whenever I'm done eating, we have nothing left to do. I'll probably head down. Oh, and I will probably head down and go just into my room, and then, if I were to read, would I be a disadvantage after all the craziness, or would I be able to get one book reading in?
You can get one book reading in.
Okay, I would like to pull out. What's it called again? Something, brother, or something. I'm trying to remember how his name is spelled. I don't know how his name is spelled, but it's. Meditations of Brother Halvin, I think it was.
Okay.
And I would like to pull that out, and I would like to, start reading it. Finish the rest of my books related to Nemoris tonight.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Roll Arcana for me.
Arcana? Okay. 25. Sorry to step away for a couple seconds. Did I miss anything?
No, I am thinking.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 25. Good old 2-5.
Okay, so 25. As you find yourself reading this book, this one bears this very simple title of The Meditations of Brother Halvin. There is no grand introduction, no lengthy discussion of theology. There's no attempt to establish the author's credentials. Only a name written beneath the title, Brother Halvin. And beneath that, Servant of Nemoris. This Nemoris keeps popping up, you think. The keeper of what must not be forgotten. The obscure deity mentioned upon the loose page you discovered earlier, and so you begin to read. At first, Halvin's writings are surprisingly peaceful. They aren't sermons, they're reflections. Thoughts written by someone attempting to understand his own faith. Halvin writes extensively about memory, about knowledge, about the countless things the world loses simply because no one thinks them important enough to preserve. The name of the farmer who first cultivated a particular field, the final words of someone who died without family, the recipe of a grandmother whose children never learned it, the history of a village eventually swallowed by forest. Halvin believes none of these things were meaningless. One passage reads, "What is forgotten dies twice, first from the world, and then from memory." According to Halvin, Nemoris ensured there would always be something that remembered. And for several chapters, there is something almost beautiful about that idea. Then Halvin begins writing about truth, and here the teachings change slightly. Not all knowledge, Halvin argues, should be freely given. Some truths can destroy, some discoveries can corrupt, some knowledge placed into careless hands can cause suffering far beyond the intentions of whoever uncovered it. Therefore, Nemoris taught his followers another principle: preserve everything, reveal wisely. His clergy became custodians of things people could not entrust to anyone else. Confessions, forbidden research, family secrets, dangerous discoveries. Locations of things deliberately hidden from the world. Halvin calls them sacred trusts. To know is not always to speak. Silence may guard truth as faithfully as ink. You continue reading, and eventually you discover how those sacred trusts were collected. The unspoken offering. A person who would approach one of Nemoris' clerics. They would sit together, and the worshipper would tell the cleric something they had never told another living soul. The cleric would record it, seal the record, and assure them that their secret had been entrusted to Nemoris, preserved, never to disappear completely. Halvin describes these offerings with reverence, regrets, hidden loves, private fears, shames carried for decades, things people desperately wanted someone to know, even if they never wanted anyone to hear them. Halvin writes, "That which is entrusted to the keeper shall never truly be lost." You turn the page and something changes. The handwriting is different, not dramatically, but you're a scholar, an archivist. You've spent enough time staring at ink to recognize when the hand holding the quill was no longer as steady as before. Halvin begins asking questions. Small ones at first. I have begun to wonder whether there exists a difference between preserving a secret and collecting one. Several pages go by, and he writes down, "The keeper asks nothing of us but remembrance. And yet I find myself asking, remembrance for whom?" The meditations grow shorter, more fragmented. Then Halvin begins describing dreams. After receiving particularly significant unspoken offerings, he would dream of someone standing behind him, A figure, never clearly visible, never speaking, simply listening. For years, Halvin considered these dreams a blessing, proof that Nemoris watched over those who carried his sacred trusts. Until one entry. It's only a couple sentences. I once found comfort knowing he listened. I no longer know why. You continue reading, and there aren't many pages left. And eventually you reach the final meditation, or what appears to be the final meditation. Something about the binding catches your attention. 2 pages sit unusually close together. You run a finger carefully along the edge, and they're stuck. Not with glue, but with wax. Someone deliberately sealed them together, carefully. You separate them, and discover another page. The handwriting is unmistakably Halvin's, but gone is the careful script from the beginning of the book. These words were written quickly, unevenly. Some letters barely formed before the next began. And the first sentence reads, I understand now. Below it, a section of parchment is missing. It's not scratched away, it's not faded. It's cut out. The writing resumes. We believed ourselves his keeper. Another section has been removed, and then every confession, every hidden shame, every forbidden truth, we gave them willingly. Nemoris does not preserve that which the world forgets. And then, damage. Someone attempted to destroy what came next. Ink scraped away, parchment gouged, words rendered almost completely unreadable. Almost. You move the page toward the lantern, change the angle, look not at the ink, but the impressions left behind. You've done this once already tonight, and eventually 3 words reveal themselves. Two words reveal themselves. He keeps. That's it. Whatever followed is gone. You turn the page and nothing. No conclusion, no prayer, no farewell, no explanation of what Halvin believed he had discovered. There are no further meditations. You sit there for a moment. The Veiled Quill gently sways beneath you. Water brushes against the hole outside, and 2 books now sit nearby. Written by different people, for different purposes, perhaps even separated by years. Yet both have led you to the same obscure name. Nemoris, keeper of what must not be forgotten. A god who preserves knowledge, a god entrusted with truths, a god-given secrets that no other living soul knows. And somewhere between the first meditation and the last, one of his own clerics became afraid of him.
Okay, so as this is all going on, I have this set up. I have my notebook for Nemoris. I have it to the side, and on the other side, I have the book. I'm flipping through, taking notes. And then as I get to that, end, and the realization of what Halvin said and his apparent fear, I'm just gonna kind of put the quill down in the book, and then I'm gonna, just really focus in on that page, and I'm just gonna ponder what those 2 words, what they may mean, but also why they scared this cleric so bad. And I'm just gonna sit with that, and then after a little while, just go back to writing in the book, theorizing, and then I'm eventually just going to close the books, and I'm going to just sit with that thought for a while.
Sure. What is everybody
Oh,
else
and-
doing?
One last quick question: would I be able to discern, like, because I, from what in the past I may have learned, with this new information from today, would I be able to have any, like, would I be able to be like point in a certain direction of what this may mean, or is it still like completely up in the air?
You have more questions than answers at this point.
Okay, good. That's all I want to know. Then I shall just sit in my room with those thoughts and questions.
Sure. What's everybody else doing? Good talk. Good talk.
Around what time is it right now?
We're getting close to like 10 o'clock ish at night. You all have had a long day.
Tonkai's just gonna. He's still like by the near the bow. He's gonna find like like a barrel or something. He's kind of just sit on it and just kind of stare out into the ocean, kind of thinking about the day and petting Biscuit by his side. Not really doing anything. He's kind of just looking out in the water, kind of just staring at it. And he's probably just gonna chill there for a little bit. At some point, I want to like, I guess like the moon's like the highest in the sky. He'll decide to turn in at that point, but he's just chilling, kind of watching the water for now.
Must be nice to have your
Okay.
familiar.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
because
that's fine.
Sage hasn't returned yet, hasn't she?
Nope.
Nope.
It must be nice to have your familiar.
As Araneth in his room petting his familiar raven.
I like how Cecilia lost her familiar and most of the party gained their familiar.
Yup. Yup. It's fine.
Eventually, I'll find one.
I think I could
You have
technically
a familiar, it's
make a scroll.
Cawpy.
True.
I was gonna say Cecilia. Artarius, did you go to bed yet?
I think at this point, I would just be checking on the crew after helping secure everything and slowly descend down to the bed area.
Okay.
Well, I am gonna catch up with you then. Did you still want me to take a peek inside your head to see what's happening?
If you feel like you have the energy after tonight's events, you can.
I think I'm on a little bit of an adrenaline high right now. That was really stupid jumping off the boat like that. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, if you're up for it, then just no moon scars.
Sorry, no what?
No moon scars.
I mean, last time
You
I
left-
didn't get. Last time I accidentally peeked into your mind. I didn't leave a moon scar.
Well, when you helped Autumn, you left her a moon scar.
It's not like I meant to. I was trying to heal a headache.
I suppose pick a room, because I don't think the crew would appreciate us just blocking up pathways.
You're sharing a room with Cawpy, right? Right, Taurus?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Ribbon?
cool.
I mean, you've been down here where Cawpy is as well, so.
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I mean,
Alright, well, we'll just slip into my room, I guess.
can't wait till we hear screaming.
Okay, I'm gonna get him to lay down on the bed. Because I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna kind of like kneel beside him, and I'm going to place, I guess I'll sit on the bed and place my hands on either side of his head and try to connect with what I connected with before, which I guess was his connection to the Raven Queen. I think it's last time that I
Arturus
connected.
is going to preemptively like put like a cloth in his mouth to bite down on in case screaming does happen.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything to?
Roll. Yeah, fuck. I don't know what. Roll religion.
Okay. I'll take that. That will be a 21.
So Arcilia, you've done something like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Once you reached beyond the walls another person had built around their pain, you walked somewhere no outsider was ever meant to walk, and somehow you helped bring Autumn home. But this is different. You place your hands upon Artorias, you close your eyes, you breathe, and you reach. At first, nothing happens. You hear the veiled quill around you, the gentle creaking of timber, water brushing against the hull, the distant footsteps of sailors moving above. Silence. Complete, absolute silence. And suddenly, you're falling. There is no wind, no sensation of movement, only darkness rushing past you. Then your feet strike something solid, your eyes open. Artorias stands beside you, but the veiled quill is gone. The Dragonmere is gone. Instead, you stand within the ruins of a house. Blackened beams stretch toward a lightless sky. Stone walls have collapsed inward. Ash covers the ground, and somewhere, something still burns. Not wildly. Not enough to consume what remains, but small flames flicker among the ruins as though this place had been burning for years and simply refuses to finish. Artorias, you know this place. You haven't stood in it for years, but you know it. It's home. Cercilia, with the 21 religion check, you immediately understand something. This isn't a memory. This is guilt. You're standing inside the architecture of his soul.
ritual. Okay.
This is guilt, faith, fear, all given shape. And this place wasn't chosen accidentally. Then you notice the doors, 3 of them, standing among the ruins where no walls remain to hold them. The first is black. Ravens have been carved across its surface. Feathers occasionally drift from somewhere above it, only to disappear before touching the ground. The second is darker. Not black, but an absence. Looking directly at it feels strangely difficult, as though your eyes would rather look anywhere else. And the third is different. Old, weathered, adorned, no symbol, no name, no indication of what waits beyond, only a door. Then, a raven lands upon the first. A woman's voice speaks from behind you. 3 paths. You turn, and the Raven Queen stands among the ruins. No throne, no crown, no army of ravens. Simply a woman dressed in black. Watching Artorias, she looks towards you, Cercilia, then gives the slightest inclination of her head. Acknowledgement. She knows you are here, and she is allowing it. Then another voice answers, "Don't be dramatic." The flames around the ruined house extinguish. One by one, darkness pours from the secondary door, and from it Shar emerges. She looks first toward Artorias, then Cercilia, and her expression immediately hardens. "Ugh, again?" She looks amused. "How many people must wander through your broken little soul before you realize none of them can repair it?" The Raven Queen says nothing. Shar begins walking through the ruins. Her fingers brush against one of the burned walls. Look at it. The house briefly changes. The fire returns, not as it is now, as it was then. For a heartbeat, Artorias, you hear screaming. Your father's voice, your mother's, then nothing. Shar smiles. You can build temples. You can swear oaths. You can kneel before whatever queen promised to make you feel clean. But you know, you and I know what you are. Cercilia, your divine training tells you something important. Shar isn't showing Artorias these things merely to hurt him. She's reinforcing a claim. Every regret, every act of hatred, every moment Artorias believes makes him undeserving of redemption feeds whatever connection she has established here. But there's something else. Something you couldn't have understood from outside. Shar doesn't own his soul. Neither does the Raven Queen. And whatever waits behind the third door doesn't either. They're not fighting over something already possessed. They're waiting for Artorias to decide where he belongs. Shar circles him. You killed your brother. The ruins shift. For only an instant, another figure stands nearby. A young tiefling. Familiar. Then gone. You cut him down. You took his head. You tore him apart. And then you ate his heart. She places a hand over Artorias' chest. Because you wanted part of him to remain inside you. A smile. Tell me, Artorias, do you still feel him? Well, Artorias, do you still feel your brother?
I haven't for many years.
Do you regret killing him?
I do.
Do you regret killing your parents?
At that point, like there's gonna be like just tears starting to like slowly fall from his eyes. It was a mistake that I wish I could take back.
You wish you could take it back. You regret all of their deaths, their murders. You think regret makes you different. Shard gestures to the corpses that she has risen in this vision, in this whatever the fuck you want to call it. The burned house she points to. Your brother, your mother, your father, you carry corpses everywhere you go, Forsaken. Forsaken echoes throughout. And she... Shar glances over at the Raven Queen. Would you accept him as such? There's a long pause. The Raven Queen hasn't said anything since Shar started speaking. But she approaches Artorias. Artorias, she turns you towards her. Finger under chin, lifts your head. She can see your tears. Yes, I would. I would ask nothing more of Artorias. Shar laughs. How merciful. The Raven Queen cuts her off. Acceptance is not absolution. What you did cannot be undone, Artorias. Some wounds return. The dead do not return because you regret their passing, nor does remorse restore what anger destroyed. But the man who committed those acts does not have to be the man who stands before me now. Shar's smile disappears. Cecilia, you are starting to understand what is happening. The Raven Queen isn't fighting Shar. She's very much refusing to, but this isn't her decision. She's trying to convince Artorias. She's trying to show him that he doesn't have to keep punishing himself.
As I'm cluing into all this, do I feel a dynamic shift in Shar or the Raven Queen
You're
as I'm like watching
feeling
this?
when Artorias made it known that he does regret having killed his family. You could feel the dynamic shift, the power dynamic shift, and the Raven Queen growing stronger. But still not being able to dispose of Shar or the third deity. Something is still latching on to Artorias. Something is still not allowing him, could be himself, to move on, to forgive himself.
And I haven't picked up anything about this third entity that's here.
Nope.
Cool, cool.
As you're kind of discerning all of this, Shar is going to look towards Artorias. Amusement has left her expression. You finally see what's beneath it. Frustration. Howdy, Max. Shar is going to look dead into Artorias' eyes. Then choose. Stop pretending your darkness is something to overcome. Stop begging others to forgive you. You survived because you were stronger. You became forsaken because they were afraid of what strength actually looked like. But what you have has always been. She extends a hand out to you. Shar does. Towards Artorias. Artorias! What do you do?
Artorias is going to be trying to cover his ears, attempting to just block out Shar's voice.
Okay. You keep, as you try to cover your ears, trying to block out her voice, you keep hearing the echoes of Forsaken surround you. Cercilia, you're seeing this happen. There's a moment where you hear a whisper. Help him.
As soon as I hear that help, I'm gonna step in front of Artorias and like I'm gonna cup his face. I'm like, focus on me. Focus on me. I'm here with you. Are you breathing fast or anything from all of this, Artorias?
I would say at this point, having all of this being brought up again and happening, he'd be slightly hyperventilating through the tears.
Okay. I'm gonna place a hand like over your heart. Feel my warmth. Focus on that. And I'm gonna bring your hand up to feel my heartbeat. Match my heartbeat. Focus here. And I'm gonna try and calm you down. Just to bring you back here. You are not defined about, or you are not defined about what happened in your past. You are a good person. You have saved me. You have saved our party. And we all trust you. You cannot keep living in the past. Is this getting through to Artorias now?
I don't know, is it?
He's going to be trying to take slower, deeper breaths to try and get back in control, but he's still struggling a little bit.
You hear the question ring in your head. Choose. Choose. Who are you choosing? Choose, choose, choose. Do you reject Shar?
He is certainly trying his best to try and reject her at this moment.
I want you to make just a d20 roll with advantage since Arcelia is helping you.
Terrifying.
A 13. Those are just straight dice rolls, right? No
Yeah.
anything. Okay.
The darkness stops moving. Shar slowly lowers her head. Sorry, her hand. Her expression is unreadable. Then she smiles. Not furious, not wounded. Almost relieved. Very well. The darkness around the second doorway begins withdrawing. You have made your choice. Something is changing inside of you, Artorias. A pressure you had grown so accustomed to carrying that you'd forgotten what its absence felt like loosens. Cercilia, you watch black threads emerge from Artorias' chest, dozens of them, thin as hair wrapped around something deeper than flesh. One by one they snap. Not violently. Shar is releasing them. Artorias, for the first time in longer than you can remember, Shar is leaving you. Her whispers, her anger, her promises, her claim, all of it recedes. Then suddenly, Shar stops. One final thread remains, and she looks at it. Her expression changes, confusion, then curiosity. She touches the thread between two fingers, and somewhere very far away, something answers. Shar becomes completely still. Interesting. The Raven Queen's eyes narrow. Shar looks toward her and then she smiles. It's a completely different smile. Oh. The Raven Queen says nothing. But Cercilia, with everything you've learned tonight, you recognize the smallest change in her expression. You understand something, and Shar notices it too. Ah. You understand. Shar is going to turn towards Artorias. All this time, I believed it had to be you. The final thread snaps. The darkness rushes toward the second doorway. Shar begins disappearing with it. Artorias, she looks at you one final time. There is no anger in her face, no disappointment. If anything, she looks satisfied. That's all right. I have found the other. The door slams shut and disappears. Silence. The burned house remains, but something is different. There are only two doors now. The Raven Queen's and the nameless third. Cercilia, whatever Shar just discovered, you don't know. You felt something when she touched that final connection, something distant, a soul. But that's all you can determine. Not its identity, not where it resides, only that for the briefest instant, Shar found someone through Artorias, and then deliberately severed the connection between herself and him. Artorias. The Raven Queen approaches. She does not congratulate you. She does not claim victory. She simply stands beside you. And then quietly she says, "Do you understand now?"
Artorias is going to look very confused. What the hell just happened?
Her gaze moves towards the place where Shar's door once stood, then toward the third. One chain has fallen, But do not mistake that for the end of your journey. She starts to fade. Acceptance does not mean forgetting. It means allowing what was to remain what was. And she's gone. The ruins begin disappearing. Cercilia, you feel yourself being pulled backward. Artorias, the burned remains of your childhood home dissolve around you. But just before everything disappears, you hear something. Not Shar, not the Raven Queen, not whatever waits behind the third door. A heartbeat. Thump. You freeze. Thump, 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 thump. Another. For just a fraction of a second, you feel something inside your chest. A memory. Blood on your hands. Your brother's heart. And then... Dum dum. Cercilia, your eyes fly open. You're back aboard the Veiled Quill. Your hands are still touching Artorias. The ship gently rocks beneath you. Outside, the Dragonmere is calm. Artorias' eyes open, and immediately he notices something. Silence. Not around him, but inside him. Shar is gone. But somewhere far beyond the Veiled Quill, far beyond the quiet waters of the Dragonmere, something that has been silent for a very, very long time beats again.
When I was being kicked up, did I feel this heartbeat too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, casual. And I just want to loop back to make sure I have my notes right. I got no discernible features on that third door.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
I don't even think I know what's behind that door.
Nope. Tis a
What can I?
mystery.
What's it made out of?
You don't know. It's a door.
Couldn't tell if it was like a wood or
No.
plastic or like
There's a door.
metal.
No, there's a door.
Not a mystery.
I guess as we both like come to realizing we're back on the Dragonmere. You okay?
I'm gonna assume our horse is gonna come to and like take in like a huge intake of breath.
Yeah.
Like, just awakening from something. You're gonna kind of look up at her. Did you feel that heartbeat too? And there's gonna
Yes.
be like terror and dread on his face.
Um, you wouldn't have any inkling of what that was, would you?
Who are you talking to here?
Artorias.
Oh.
I know you have an inkling of what it was.
Artorias is going to like instinctively like put his hand on his heart, feeling his heartbeat. I do not know. And I don't even think it would be possible.
I think anything's possible right now.
without even realizing it, not in a particular direction, just wherever he thinks he felt the heartbeat. He's just going to be staring out in that direction.
Sure.
Can I, like, now that we're out of his soul, I guess, can I scan or do like a quick check just to make sure he's okay physically?
Roll medicine.
Yay. $18.
He seems healthier. You're slowly starting to realize that before there was sort of a darker tint to like his arms, like as if some sort of black tendrils been wrapped around him, and now they're gone.
And when I'm glancing him up and down to make sure he's okay physically, no moon-shaped scars?
Yeah, it's a full moon. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
There's just 2 crescent moons on his temples.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. That would actually be viable since that's where she was pretty much pouring her energy into.
Well, at least Artorias didn't die.
No harm came to him. I did such a good job this time.
Thank God. If I heard screaming, I was gonna have Araneth be pissed because, like, I can make a room silent, right?
Lol.
As I'm done, like, I guess making sure you're okay, do you want to talk about what happened there?
You want to go ahead and air out your demons there, bud?
I kind of saw all of them, but you know.
So you think.
Okay, I saw one.
So you think.
You sure saw something, alright.
I can see the questions on your face. What would you like to ask?
I have plenty to ask, but I'd rather you talk instead of me ask. Or when you feel the time is right. I know who you are. Your past doesn't scare me.
First is gonna sit up at this point and still trying to somewhat come back to my senses from that whole ordeal. And just stare down at my hands and for the briefest moment just see them dripping blood and panic and start slowly trying to breathe to come back to realize it was just in my head. And he's just gonna let out a slow, long breath. which part would you want to hear about?
Whichever part you're feeling willing to share.
I suppose I will give you a brief, shortened version, considering it's late and the walls do have ears. I don't want crewmates up for longer than need be. From the small glimpse of what you saw from Shar, I did kill and mutilate my own brother and devour his heart. But that was because we were meant to fight to the death, and whoever won would lead the family.
How long ago was that?
How old would you say that would have been at this, Ruben? I never really
What up, pinche
factored that in.
pendejo? I don't know. I think you wrote teenage years now.
I did I? I don't know. Da, 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 da. Okay. It didn't necessarily put. I'm gonna assume it was like late teens coming into adulthood.
Yeah, we'll say that. Sounds good.
Uh, I would say it would probably around late teenage to becoming an adult. And obviously, seeing as I hold the name Forsaken, I was the one that they didn't want to win.
It must have been hard carrying that all by yourself all these years.
He's going to be looking down at his hands again, and fresh tears are going to be spilling from his eyes again. I didn't mean for everything that happened. I just got so consumed by rage.
I am gonna come sit beside him and hug him. Just go, I know.
Trying to keep his voice steady, he's just going to just I returned home years later, and through my anger, I beheaded both of my parents and ate their hearts to try and make myself feel better for being cast out. So I exacted my revenge, and I burned the house down and never returned home. And that's where I eventually met Gregor, and he put me on the right path. This is going to be the first time Artorias makes eye contact with you since returning. If our friends know about this, I don't know how they would see me.
I don't know how they'll react. I know that they have faith and trust in you, though. And I'm sure they're not saints. Hell, I know I'm not a saint. We've all made mistakes, done terrible things in our past. I mean, I'm pretty sure we literally met Araneth while he was actively stealing something.
Sure, let's go with that.
I, Cersei,
Totally
has
what
not
happened.
asked about your past at
I
all.
know. Honestly, I think that's funnier. That's a way funnier assumption, so I'm just gonna roll with it.
And none of these fuckers are saints, even that 5-year-old Kenku.
None of us are.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
a saint.
still
I'm a
laughing
god.
about what you. I'm still laughing about what you freaking put in Twitch chat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all, somebody said, I don't know which one of you it was, like, the walls are thin here. I think it was probably
That was
Victoria.
me.
Yeah, and in my head, I'm just like, someone's getting it. This entire conversation, there's somebody going, ah, ah. I was like, it's probably Mama Brina.
God.
Hell yeah, I'm Mama Bruno.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. Hopefully the food she makes tomorrow morning is extra good.
That depends on the dude's performance.
Exactly. We'll know based on how good the food
Or
is.
the girls, we don't know how Mama Brina swings.
True.
Just saying.
I was about to say something, but I'd rather not have me recorded on the internet saying what I was about to say.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to record it offline.
Wait, mute yourself on stream and tell us.
No, continue. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what it was.
No, continue. Go ahead.
Fine.
Whatever. Well, since we're being open, is there anything you wanted to know about me? Besides the fact that I like wandering off.
At the mention of you saying wandering off, he's gonna visibly rub his temples to be like, "Don't remind me."
Nothing bad has happened. I just got knocked out once.
Bullshit, says the omniscient being in this fucking story.
And almost kidnapped.
But I wasn't. Did you have any questions for Cecilia though? Like she's trying to be an open book right now, but
That is completely up to you if you feel like sharing. Our choice is going to like visibly stretch because it's from the mental thing. It's gonna it feels like he's just been out for hours, so he's gonna like try and stand and stretch. And since he doesn't feel like all that weight from Shar pushing him down, he's not going to realize how much lighter he feels. So when he tries to step, he's just going to like tumble over.
you okay? I say as you're tumbling over.
He's going to. I'm gonna visibly just like stretch. Feels lighter, not having all that weight pressing down on me.
I
And he's just gonna stay sitting on the floor, just looking up at her.
well, I told you I'm from a different plane, right?
Yes, and you are royalty on that plane.
So one might ask themselves, how does royalty end up on a different plane pretending to be a commoner?
He's gonna scratch his head. I don't know. Assassination attempt?
More like a kidnapping attempt.
And he's gonna facepalm. More fucking kidnapping? Are you kidding me?
Hey, this one, there was people everywhere. I was out with my maidens at the market, grabbing fruit for breakfast like I always did. I had my guard with me. Nice group of people just came out of nowhere. I didn't have powers that I knew of, back then at least. So I was helpless. Dune's men got me. It's going to be used in a ritual. And then the Moon Maiden. And I'm assuming Salune, now that I'm getting a bit better understanding of her, intervened and pulled me to this realm. And I have Sage protecting me. Not that Sage is here to do much right now, but she likes you guys, so
Yeah, all of us.
I was about to say, I don't think he likes everyone. She likes everyone in this party.
I don't think she liked that you had Shar in your head.
I
Now that
wasn't
that's
talking
gone.
about me.
Oh, well, Araneth is an acquired taste.
I'm just a little stinker.
Somewhere,
Speaking of
somewhere in the
power,
distance, Sage goes, "I'm gonna kill that motherfucker."
I can't wait till she gets back. I have so many things to say to Sage.
Speaking of your powers, how is that holding up?
I'm good. I've released, like I said, that one night, I've released a lot of my magical power. I'm good. I just... Thumbs up. Just builds up sometimes. I'm okay.
So should I be braced to try and help you like you did me if you randomly start glowing again? I think the crew might get a little freaked out if they just see you glowing and looking a little feral.
I mean, if I keep calm, I don't think we have to worry.
I will certainly do my best to try and not stress you out. We are on a boat. I don't know what I possibly could do to stress you out.
Don't go overboard. I don't want to dimension door somebody on to the boat again.
Has your
So if you...
adrenaline kicked toned down a bit after
Oh, yeah.
everything?
Yeah, I'm better. Hey, DM.
Hmm.
I sorry, random thought that's not related to this. Finish this conversation, then I'll ask you the question. Are you okay? I know you've said you feel lighter.
Gonna like you know how like they just roll their shoulders back and like crank their neck. I haven't felt this good in a long time.
Good, because what is that third door? What was that? You said 2 gods. I counted 3 in there.
Well, I didn't count the Raven Queen. I meant like there's 2 other gods,
Ah,
and I have no idea.
they... I don't like that laugh. So they've never vied for your attention or anything? Can give you a symbol or anything? No clue who they are?
I didn't get a symbol or anything, right, Ruben?
Nah.
Not that I'm aware of. We'll just this whatever it is latched onto me after that stupid deck of cards when I got sent away.
I forgot about that. Don't... I know you have them. Do not bring them out by any means.
I wasn't planning on it. Considering that would be something to really stress you out, I would not do that. But I mean, it did work really well for Tonkai, though.
And how well did it work for you in Autumn?
I know, I'll keep them locked away.
You should get some sleep.
He's gonna cautiously stand, testing his weight to make sure he doesn't fall again. Thank you so much for helping relieve this weight. And he's gonna like
Hey.
timidly like go in and like give her a hug. He's still new to this shit.
He's gonna like do that like timid like side hug, and I'm just gonna pull him into a real hug.
Get over here,
And then
bitch.
he's gonna just hug her back.
There you go.
Also, I think you should be the one to open the door. The last time I opened the door, I broke it.
I mean, you were also trying to break down a locked door.
Well, this also is a boat. These boats are a little more fragile than what Gregor has.
I'm gonna open
Excuse
the
you,
door
bitch?
for him.
This is made of premium wood. Harder than what your dick can do.
Damn.
Yeah, I told you.
You have
I'm sorry.
yourself a good night. And again, thank you for your help.
Of course, get some sleep.
He's going to exit and go to wherever the hell his room is at.
Sure.
Cawpy's gonna hop out of the chair and follow Artorias out.
What?
Yeah, he was there the entire time. You guys just didn't fucking see him. He rolled 2 stealth checks to make sure. It was there watching the entire time.
When you look
I'm
down
gonna
at
s-
Cawpy, he's just gonna look back up at you.
I'm gonna assume. Oh, what the? What?
Cawpy?
Copy?
Hey, everybody, guess what?
The child now has a lot of great things to claim.
Oh, yeah.
He'll look
Before
back at
he leaves.
Brasilia and then back at Artorias.
I'm Kaiser. That's all I'm gonna say. That's another one for him.
Gotta pull out the Zemnian.
I did pull up the Zimnian.
I know.
Walking out, he's just gonna scoop up Copy and just ruffle his head feathers. It's not polite
hear-
to eavesdrop.
In your own voice, you'll hear Cawpy say, "Guard the path." And he'll just
He's
kind
just
of
gonna
like
let out.
sit in your arms.
He's just gonna let out like a little breathy chuckle, and then go back to the room.
So he said nothing the entire time.
He said
I was
nothing the
just sitting
entire
there.
time.
Cool.
So now
like
everybody's
Drax
going to bed.
Standing still.
Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I'm in bed.
Okay.
Yeah, as we're going to bed, hey DM, I have a question. Can I answer my question now?
What?
So when I was in Artorias' soul, I saw the Raven Queen. Did I hear the real Raven Queen's voice, or how does that work?
She allowed you to be there, so yes.
Oh. Casual.
Nice.
Fun. Okay. I just thought about that after. Just making sure.
Sure. So, much later, after conversations fade, after lanterns are extinguished, after the Veiled Quill once again settles into the quiet rhythm of the Dragonmere, Artorias, you dream.
Whoa.
There is no burning house, no doors, no darkness clawing at the edges of your thoughts, no voices demanding that you choose. Only water. Perfectly still. Stretching endlessly beneath a familiar moonlit sky. And beside you, the Raven Queen. She says nothing. For a long while, neither do you. You simply stand together beneath the stars. Eventually, you realize something. You can hear the water. You can hear the wind. You can hear your own breathing, but there is something you cannot hear. A voice that has lived somewhere in the back of your mind for longer than you care to remember. Shar. Gone. The Raven Queen looks towards you. You expected me to be pleased. Do you reply?
He's just gonna look up at her confused.
I am not. I am proud. She's going to turn her gaze towards the endless water. Not because you chose against her, not because you chose me. She turns back to you. But because you chose. There's a silence that settles between you again, then her expression softens. And when you could not find your way, you allowed another to help you. For just a moment, Cecilia passes through your mind, her hands against your face, her voice cutting through the panic, reminding you to breathe. The Raven Queen looks toward the moon. There is strength in standing alone. But there is greater strength in knowing when you need not. You see her begin slowly walking away. Each step sends gentle ripples across the water. You watch her go, but then she stops. She turns around. Rest, Artorias. For the first time in a long time, longer than you can remember, there is no command attached to those words. No trial, no choice, no expectation. Simply permission. Tomorrow will ask enough of you. The Raven Queen continues walking. Her form disappears into the moonlight. And Artorias, you sleep. Not as forsaken, not as Shar's chosen, not as the Raven Queen's champion, not as whatever waits beyond that third door. Tonight, you sleep simply as yourself. And outside, beneath familiar skies, the Veiled Quill sails onward toward Tazir. And that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Lord Dumps.
Lord Dumps. Good job, everybody.
That was great. I can't wait to hear Artorias tell everybody his tale.
I can't wait to hear Cawpy go.
All of our stories this town.
Can't wait for Cawpy to go Shiza.
Shiza.
But if it was more like a Shiza, like underneath the breath, you know?
Nice, scream it.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun.
Hell
That
yeah.
was awesome.
Yee.
All
GG's.
right, let's see. Let me do this before I forget. Fates session 37. Meeting August 13th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m.
I can't wait for Sarah to be back.
There we go. All right, guys. I'm going to head out of Discord. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out of here, guys.
Alright.
GG's.
Alright,
Bye forever.
everybody.
All right, stream. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. We will be back next Thursday, so we'll see you all then. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more Spider-Man. So I hope you guys are excited for that. And yeah, that is everything that I have written for today. So I will see you all tomorrow.